some freight forwarders or carriers, they only have like a web page where you upload your request and a machine answers you. But what we ponder very well here, at least in Peñaflor, is somebody to talk with. When you have to share, if you have a problem, somebody on the other side of the line trying to work with you and solve the issues is like not being blind.
Hey folks, this is Sid Patel, CEO of Beverage Network and International Bulk Wine and Spirit Show. I'm here with Marco Vannucci. He's a global supply chain of one of the leading, companies out of Argentina, and I'll have him sort of introduce because there are many companies, many brands they own, many parts of the businesses. So Marco, thanks for taking the time out here, and we're going to chat about the global supply challenges and insights on today's market. So thanks again for joining. Why don't you introduce our audience what you do and about your company?
Well, thank you very much for the time. Yeah, I'm Marco Vannucci, responsible for global sourcing in Peñaflor, Grupo Peñaflor in Argentina. Well, I'm in charge of the global sourcing area and also the supply chain area. Our goals for this year, and as we began with the global sourcing area a couple of years ago, is not just supply our products from Argentina, but also from overseas. So that's the reason why we built up the area, the global sourcing area, and Peñaflor started some operations overseas, in some cases using our Argentinian wine, but also taking opportunities of on some leverages with other type of wines, like wines from Chile, from Spain, from Italy, and shipping the bulk from those countries or places. And bottling also overseas. And the main goal is to be close to the clients and answering properly what they request in terms of products and times and other requirements of our clients.
Fantastic. I mean, you said one very good line. Main goal is to be close to the clients. And, as you are like a true global company, I guess, when it comes to servicing your big customers like chain accounts, big restaurant groups, bottlers who are making private labels or bulk buyers, so let's put everything on the table. Tell me about your role. What are you responsible for? Is that saving on logistics? Is that saving on time? What are the KPIs on how sort of the role is measured here?
Okay, well, first of all, the service level agreements that we agree with our clients, that comes first. And in our side, internally in our company, we always look for the cost efficiency on logistics. We try always to get the better logistics to reach our final destination, our clients. We work very hard on the inland here in Argentina, whether if we ship through Buenos Aires or we ship through Chile, because Mendoza has both opportunities. We work very hard on freights internally, the inlands. We have a bunch of suppliers that we always work to get the better quotes and also their service levels. We started doing some initiatives, for example, by train to ship 2 containers in the same truck. So that's one of our initiatives to decrease our inland costs. And also we are all continuously working with our forwarders. We have a tender that we work every quarter with our forwarders. We try always to make them foresee our volumes in terms of quantity of TEUs for every destination. We are trying actually to define a quotation valid for at least 2 quarters, so we can have a clear number of our costs internally, and also that is translated into a pricing strategy. So that's the reason why we try to define, according to the markets right now, at least for 2 quarters, a valid tariff for our shipments. And we make them compete, as every company does. But we could get some good results, making good agreements and make them trust in our ways of working. So that's the reason why we are trying always to get the the best efficiency in terms of cost for every destination. Mostly we are trying to change the Incoterm that we are actually working that is FCA or FOB. We are trying to switch to or swap to CIF, that with some clients we could do that change. We
So they take the
understand
responsibility of the variations or the freight movements and the ship vessels and everything.
Exactly, yeah. The main idea behind that is that our client should focus on selling the wine. That is their core business, and we focus on providing a good service. So we could do some arrangement with some clients, and now roughly 35-40% of the shipments are under CIF Incoterm. So that's a huge change for our company. So that sounds like our idea right now.
Okay, great. With the current, things that are going on, especially driven by Trump administration lately, has it impacted you in non-US movements and logistics as well? I'm assuming a little bit US, but you can just elaborate on what kind of new challenges are coming to your table these days.
Yeah, for our company, it is a challenge because all the definition in the US in all our shipments, because some other clients are requesting supplying from the US, but also from Argentina or other countries. So it makes us redefine our logistic processes and trying to strike the balance between all the operations that we are losing from the US or making some other or doing some other alternatives in terms of shipments, but it has a huge impact, yes.
With the global sourcing model, like you said, supplier contracts, you're trying to go CIF, you're trying to ask them 2 quarters of price locks, for example. What is a good sort of a supplier contract? Like if, as a buyer, especially when we're talking about logistics here, right? Like not actual buying raw materials, I'm assuming. So when you're securing your freight forwarders
No.
or logistics, what kind of terms do you like to put?
The main purpose of we are doing a tender where we join our freight forwarders with the ones we work with. We share with them the amount of TEUs per destinations, and we specify all the service level agreements that we might reach according to our requirements of our clients. And we define like a first, second, and third option for every destination. We make them see the amount of TEUs will ship from here, from Argentina, and also from other countries. And we try to have a tariff valid for 2 quarters at least. That is a huge advantage for us because in the terms of pricing strategy, we give the commercial team like a long-term stability on prices. That is not new, but it works. It had good results internally, so we'll try to keep it every quarter. And from the side of the freight forwarders, we received some good comments because in any way we are giving them like a forecast of our operation, doing the proper work with the carriers in order to assure the allocation of our containers.
When it comes to sort of a good freight forwarder, apart from they meeting your contractual terms, what other soft things are you looking for? Like, I'm sure you're looking for someone. One example is when a problem strikes, they help you out, right? But what other things you've seen as a good case examples that, okay, I can rely on this partner?
The most important is somebody to talk with. Some freight forwarders or carriers, they only have like a web page where you upload your request and a machine answers you. But what we ponder very well here, at least in Peñaflor, is somebody to talk with. When you have to share, if you have a problem, somebody on the other side of the line trying to work with you and solve the issues is like not being blind, because we are responsible for the operations. Considering that we are switching to CIF and you're responsible till the port of destination. So what we ponder very well is to have somebody to talk with for sure, good cost and the service level, trying to get a proper answer and a smooth operation, not bumpy situations within the shipments.
Like, how are you managing your work efficiently? Like, any insights, any tips for other smaller company heads of logistics on, saving money on freight or optimizing their work or maybe optimizing their day? Any tips or any tools you are doing you can share?
We actually work with Oracle's JD Edwards. There's a module that where we can is transactionally efficient in terms of analyzing our costs. Every tariff is loaded into the system, and then we got we can get some KPIs. The mandatory one that is the one that all the company pays attention is the logistic variable cost, that all the accounts related to the service, from the freights, the domestic, the international, documentation, customs, shippings of the documents, plus manufacturing KPIs, is all involved in the logistic variable cost. Is the one that manages our operation. So we pay attention to it and we present it to our board. And we always look for a better logistic variable cost in terms of from the side of the freights, the cost of freights, and also for the service level. But it's not a special model, the one that Oracle has, but we've been looking for other alternatives in terms of doing the tracking of the track and trace of the shipments. We rely on the web pages of the freight forwarders or carriers, but we are trying to look for a tool that integrates since we receive the PO from our client till the container arrive to the port of destination. We still don't have a tool, but we are looking for some alternatives.
Winlog or JFiller brand can't do end to end from the
Yes,
winery
they
to
can
the
do,
customer.
but what is apart from the services that are provided by the web pages are the documentation management, the invoice, the packing list, and certificate of origin. You cannot manage all this documentation through their service. That's the reason why we are looking for other options.
If you can describe a problem that sort of came to you in the recent couple of months when it comes to the bulk, or suddenly something happened, and how did you solve it? Like, just one practical problem, and how did you solve it?
One of the main problems that is getting started right now, we have a situation crossing Los Andes, the mountains here. To get Chilean port, we have to cross the Andes, and this is a winter season. And in some cases, when there's a lot of snow or bad weather, the border closes. So we have to take into consideration other options like shipping through Buenos Aires. But the thing is that the inland cost getting out from Buenos Aires is much higher than getting out from Chile. So that's the reason why we invite our freight forwarders to understand that situation and try to get a unique quotation, whether if we ship through Chile or we ship through Buenos Aires, with the purpose of getting on time with the client. But the most critical situation right now in Argentina is crossing the Andes when there is a bad weather. I mean snow. For example, last year the border were closed for 25 days, so we have to turn to other options and try to cross the Andes through other highways or shipping through Buenos Aires.
So you were asking them, for example, we'll keep the Andes route, but in case something happens, we'll go through Buenos Aires, but I won't pay extra.
Exactly. Yes. No extra cost. They're trying always to win with the price, but anyway, 1 out of 10 or 2 out of 20, it should be managed through Buenos Aires.
I think this role is all about eliminating the risk and the rush order, right? Because that's where you end up paying boom, boom, like a lot of stuff. Like all the margins just disappear in that rush or detours.
Exactly. Yes, exactly, as you said. And there's another option that we are using from last year is try to storage some product in Chilean side before we start having problems with the snow in the Andes. So
Got it.
it's like we are using a logistic hub to storage our products there, whether it's wine or finished product. So we avoid any delays while crossing the Andes.